Motivation isn't something you have all the time. There are phases when you're not lazy, not quitting, and not lost. You're simply running low on fuel. And the real danger isn't feeling tired. It's continuing to move forward while completely drained. Sustaining motivation isn't about forcing yourself to be tougher. It's about understanding how motivation works and learning how to take care of it. Resilient people aren't those who are fired up every single day. They're the ones who know how to keep the flame alive on ordinary, uneventful days. 1. Reconnect with your original why. Every meaningful journey starts with a genuine reason, a desire to change, a need to break out of old limits, or a vision of a better life. Over time, that reason often gets buried under pressure, responsibilities, and endless comparisons. What once mattered deeply turns into a list of have-tos and shoulds. Rebuilding motivation starts by returning to the core question: why does this matter to me? When your reason runs deep enough, action no longer feels like self-force. You don't need constant self-push, because the meaning behind what you're doing naturally pulls you forward, even on days when inspiration is nowhere to be found. 2. Break big goals into daily wins. Many people don't lose motivation because they lack commitment, but because their goals feel too big and too far away. When the distance between where you are and where you want to be feels overwhelming, your brain struggles to stay engaged. Even if your intention is strong, keep the flame alive by breaking your goals into small, achievable daily steps. Every completed step becomes proof that you're moving forward. That steady sense of progress, even slow progress, is the most sustainable fuel for long-term motivation. 3. Use discipline when emotions dip. Motivation rises and falls with your emotional state, and emotions are never stable. If you only act when you feel inspired, your momentum will be inconsistent and easily disrupted during difficult periods. Discipline isn't meant to replace motivation. It's there to keep the flame from going out completely. A stable routine and a few non-negotiable daily habits allow motivation to stay quietly burning. When you take action even without enthusiasm, the action itself often creates new motivation. 4. Protect your energy, not just your motivation. Many people constantly search for more motivation while ignoring what drains their energy every day. Poor sleep, information overload, negative environments, and constant comparison all slowly extinguish your inner fire. Sometimes nurturing motivation isn't about adding more. It's about removing what depletes you. When you rest properly, work at a sustainable pace, and stay in environments that don't erode your mental health, motivation often returns on its own, without forcing it. 5. Anchor motivation to long-term values. Motivation tied only to short-term results is fragile. When progress is slow or outcomes don't meet expectations, motivation fades quickly. Motivation rooted in core values is far more resilient. When you know you're doing something because of the person you want to become, not just the result you want to achieve, you become less emotionally shaken by temporary wins or losses. At this point, your motivation no longer depends on praise or immediate success, but on staying aligned with who you are. Motivation isn't something to wait for, it's something to maintain. It doesn't need to burn brightly every day. It just needs to stay warm enough to keep you moving. When you learn how to care for your inner fire, you stop relying on short-lived inspiration or external pressure. And that's when long journeys become possible, not because you're stronger, but because you're more consistent.